Alright guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So I figured it'd be good to talk about this global Dokkan battlefield currency issue. I've seen a lot of people actually pretty upset about this today. Now, I do think that there's been some pretty decent battlefield characters of late, so I certainly do understand frustration with not being able to have, like, all the battlefield characters rainbowed or all the battlefield characters EZA'd. One thing I think, though, that a lot of people have kind of missed is that even, like, someone like me, who has done every single battlefield on GP, I don't have every character EZA'd and rainbowed, which I guess I could show in a second. I'm in a link level run right now, but I can show it in a second. I figured I should probably do a video on this and kind of, like, discuss some things. There was one quote I got, and I was like, all right, I got to make a video about this. It was... which one? Bro. Oh my god. Narcissistic. This is not the one it was. This guy. Narcissistic. What? We are talking Dokkan. Bro. Hello. Oh my god, dude. The point I'm making right here. So, the power level thing, right? Global players for years have had more opportunities to get box face. Now, to be fair, a lot of that is paid, but we'll get into other things in 2 seconds, right? And it's like, just because I'm on JP, I cannot have the highest power level. And global players, they take delight in that. They love, oh, it's so hilarious. But the second there's an issue that affects y'all, it's, oh my god, the sky is falling. But here's the thing. I made a tweet. These tweets were like combined. They're made at the same time. There is a ton of global W and Ls. There's a ton of JP Ws and Ls. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, Bandai and Akatsuki are idiots. They have fumbled this in a huge way. Number one, global Dokkan should have been caught up and made the same with JP years ago. Years we should have done this. And things should have been exactly the same on both versions. This is an issue that there's global Ws and global Ls, JPWs and JPLs. All the differences are bad because it's only just going to breed toxicity between the players. That's all it's going to do. And it's like they have never, what do we want to say here? Addressed the issue head on. Instead, through years, they've continued to handle it. Now, this Battlefield Global situation, I would say more so than anything, is more just a problem of the sync being pretty terrible. I think that they've done a really bad job with this. One area I disagree with is I still think it was a good idea for Dokkan to mention it when they did. I thought, like just announcing we're syncing, good, W. But I think that they waited too long to give more info, and I mean, just from my interpretation of everything that's happened, they have not had a solid plan. You can't look at how physical Goku Black was handled and his banner unit Super Saiyan 2 Trunks on Global and JP and think that they had any kind of plan or any kind of idea of what they were doing, right? Now, I do have a lot of fears. I mean, we could jump into the comments here, which is one of the big things I want to do right here. But I do think that there's all these well, I don't want to say issues, but there's significant differences between the two versions that I think are going to stay the same, probably even after the sync happens, unfortunately. So I think that it was my reply to Halvard right here. So, no, not this. It was right here. Because we started talking about, yeah, okay. So, right, it's like the power level thing is going to affect, like, very few players, sure. But then Global for years has had global exclusive discounts, global exclusive tickets, right? Now, we're not talking about specifically Pilaf Trove Pack, which I guess is sort of the point that I was making here. Like, I'm more so referring to Pilaf Trove stuff. But the global discounts and tickets, so discounts, a lot of times Global will get a banner, and then it's like they get 3 discounted multis, and then what, they get like one for free typically, and then it's just like a normal banner from there, right? Like those types of things. And then the tickets is the big thing. Now, again, throughout the years, we have had so many extra paid tickets on Global, sure. But one of the biggest things they've been doing for years, notably for major hype dual Dokkan Fests. So, like, Tech Vegito Blue STR Rose had this. Like, all the anniversaries always have this, which is that you do summons on the banner, and then you get tickets, like, as, like, a summoning gift, and then you could use those then for, like a ticket banner. That's an exact replica. So, for years, tons of global players have gotten so many more free characters than JP players have. And it's like, I do think at a certain point, like, guys, you have to understand that. Like, that is the thing that you guys have over JP players. Thousands, millions of extra resources. So, like, when this Battlefield Global situation happens, and I'm seeing some of these comments of, they hate Global, Global is treated so unfairly all the time. No, it's not. There are dumb things that happen to Global. I will definitely give you that the Global team sometimes, it seems like they're dealing with a box of rocks in their heads. I got you, for sure. But Global has gotten so much good treatment, like, on the side of some of these bad things. Yes, we had, to me, the biggest Dokkan shaft or Dokkan issue ever was a Global exclusive issue. First anniversary, they lowered the fucking summon rates for STR Gogeta. Dokkan literally could not do something worse than that if they tried. Like, they lowered the rates for the banner before anniversary. That is the worst thing they've ever done, right? Like, we could talk about the 300 stone shit that happened on GP, which is not, like, global players have been upset about that for years, but it's just something that didn't affect global, right? And even since then, like you will hear people say 300 stones. I saw at least one person reference it. 300 stones these days is mostly a dead meme, but I mean, if we really go through all the different tickets for, what was the first anniversary that had it? The 4th anniversary? Might have been the 3rd anniversary. I actually can't. I think it might have been since the 3rd anniversary. Global has gotten all these tickets. The amount of, like, global discounts and tickets exceeds 300 stones by, like, 1,000,000 light years. Like, Global has probably had altogether, like, if you're a long-time player, not a paying player, just a free-to-play player, long-time player, there would have to be 4,000 stones, like, extra, essentially, just in tickets and discounts. Like, the point of this video, and a point I'm trying to get into, is that Global is not just some, you know, stepchild bitch that Dokkan is, oh my god, just constantly kicking and keeping down. There's W's and L's on each version. Now, what I wanted to point out right here, yeah, Platty. So Platty pointed this out with the anniversary tickets and discounts and stuff like that. And specifically the anniversary tickets, I mean, that's, again, like, if you want to talk global W's, I don't think you go much deeper than these anniversary tickets, right? Which, again, are the anniversary banners are always the best banners with the best characters, Dokkan Festival exclusive characters. Those are always the best, for sure, right? But I'm not so sure that those are gonna just go away, like, just because, like, Global and JP are gonna get synced. I'm not exactly sure why they haven't dived too much deeper into, like, Pilaf Trove type stuff on JP. I wonder if there's just something that they're not able to do. Like, maybe they're able to monetize things like potential orbs. I mean, I've got a lot of the Pilaf Trove stuff, right? Like all of these packs are global exclusive, right? Like, a lot of these things don't exist over on GP, and I'm not really too sure why. Ha 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 ha. Battlefield currency. Yeah, we're gonna talk more about Battlefield currency, because there's multiple ways global players have gotten more Battlefield currency than JP players, but, like, it's never an issue when global's getting treated better. But now, we think that there's a bit of an issue where we skipped Battlefield, so now GP got more Battlefield currency. It's now a huge issue, even though this has been something in reverse for JP. Like, we've had all these different types of things on either side. At the end of the day, Dokkan, again, has fucked up massively, because what should be happening is the exact same treatment on both versions. Now, we're going to get to even more bullshit very, very soon with this character, right? Which I'll talk about in 2 seconds, but I want to stay on track with this. So, what I was looking for, there's the box space I referenced. Damn, there was something specifically I was going to go through and search for. But like you see this, like all this type of stuff, right? Like there was so like these like SSR power banners were again global exclusive things. Those were, it would have like some like, I don't remember those being like ludicrously powerful Dokkan Fest or anything like that. It was like a moderate banner. It wasn't anything crazy, but again, it's still stuff that GP has never gotten before. Again, just kind of like scrolling through a lot of these. Now, one big issue, right? So some people didn't get what I was referring to with the box space issue that I'm talking about right here. So one of the big things with box space here is this, right? So a lot of these Pilaf Trove packs, you know, a lot of these did have box space in it. This was an issue. It was when Int, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks, and Tech Exchange Boo came out, where these packs are all, can be bought once. But there was an issue where they all got reset, so a lot of players were able to just buy them all a separate time. So that's why, like, someone like Toon Rami is above 4,000 box space or something like that, and I'm still down at, like, 3,200. So there's just a huge discrepancy, like there is across the game in a lot of different areas. But I do think, by the way, that Global is probably going to keep a lot of this stuff. I mean, because we've seen many, like, okay, so I'm not talking about, like physical Beerus was the last Dokkan Fest before, like, Global 5th anniversary, right? And so Beerus had, like, discounts, like, extra discounts on top of it. Why is this? Because they wanted to help to sell Beerus before freaking anniversary came. Because most players were going to sit there and go, I'm not summoning on this shit. I'm just going to summon on, 5th anniversary Blue Gogeta and Blue Vegito. But there's been like Dokkan Fest banners that are on Global and JP at the same time. I'm pretty sure Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Fat Boo were some of them that have had it, right? Where Global had extra discounts that JP had. It's just like this, all of this type of shit is just not new. Again, we get down to the nitty gritty right here, which is BAM and which is BAM. Unfortunately, it's just the way it is, where there's so many freaking stupid differences. This should stop. Everything should be on both versions. For years, I've been saying this too, that both versions should be treated equal. It's not about better treatment in one area to make up for a discrepancy on a version in another area or anything like that. Like, everything should be the same. And I just don't understand why that's so difficult to do. Because all they're doing is breeding discontent, anger, all over the place. Like, people, again, I made a tweet because people I saw are pretty upset about this Battlefield currency situation, right? Like, it's not just like a made up thing. Like, people are legitimately very angry about that. So I talked about Pilaf Trove. Oh boy. Okay. This is one point I did want to address too. Now, I mean, this would be a thing that's mostly, I guess, for players that have been playing since the 2nd anniversary, but you literally got Battlefield medals. These costed a lot of Battlefield currency, especially back in the day. By now, Battlefield has upgraded the amount of currency we get, like, a lot. Like, a lot of the times, like, we've gotten new enemies, they've also increased the amount of Battlefield currency we've got. I'm going to take this opportunity to actually flip over right here. Okay, so we're in game taking a look at it. So right now, as you guys could see, there's a new copy of GT Cell and Frieza, which I do not have, right? Obviously, that character's not able to be rainbowed yet. And you guys see the currency I have. It's not exactly like I have a bajillion extra currency sitting here. I could get the GT Cell and Frieza, but they flat out do not give enough currency here on either version. And they pretty much never had, unless you're a global player who, again, summoned on that LR Gohan banner, which would have saved you so much currency, or I think there are some JP players that have more than me that played Dokkan Battlefield 1.0, which is something I never played, the original Dokkan Battlefield. So here's all these LRs. All these LRs, I do have them all rainbowed Easy Aid, but these characters, I literally have never been able to rainbow these characters. Krillin, Android 18, that Super Saiyan 2 Goku, and Majin and Vegeta, I do not have them rainbowed. So this Battlefield issue is also not a global exclusive issue. Like, it's a huge thing. And then here's these medals. So it's like you were able to get quite a few of these medals at the time when summoning on that banner for AGL LR Gohan. Or, excuse me, Int LR Gohan. The other thing too about this, so if you guys don't remember, the way this worked is you would summon for STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and AGL Super Saiyan 2, or I'm mixing my words up a lot today. STR Super Saiyan 4 Goku and AGL Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. You would summon on their banner, and then you would get, was it tickets? It was, I believe you would get tickets, which you could then use to summon on this banner. And I believe this was the original introduction for everything here except for Elder Kai. I believe this was the first appearance of all of these on Global Dokkan, right? The Zenny statue, this was the first time this showed up on Global. All the Peppy Gals, this was their introduction. And then, of course, LR Gohan with the medals, which you were able to get. So, a player like, I don't know, Goresh. Although, I probably shouldn't mention Goresh. Goresh, Goresh needs to make a video on his story of getting shafted on LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. That is a crazy one. But Goresh had so many of these medals, right? He was able to awaken a bunch of these characters pretty much for free. Okay, so we talked about all these tickets. Now, then we could talk about these two characters, because these two characters, well, it's three characters, are two sides of the same ass, or something like that, we could say. So, Global Physical Goku Black, this guy should be getting a Super EZA this month. He's going to be better on Global. Now, his passive is slightly better on Global. He's got this extra support. That's not a big deal because it's going to be a Super EZA where they're going to add 1 million to the passive anyway. So that's just going to kind of like be fixed. But the other issue, and this is what the issue is going to be with Pikkon and Physical Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku as well, is that the Global version has massively increased stats. 19,300 and 18,000 right there. And then he's at 18,500 and 16,400. That's going to make a significant difference. What I think is that this difference is just going to remain. I think that this character is just going to be better on Global. And, I mean, I could just make a prediction. Global players are not going to say, oh, damn, that's unfair. No, they're going to do what I'm always seeing you guys do, which is, ha, 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 we got the better Goku Black. I mean, a lot of y'all do that shit, and then at the same time, then you start crying about stuff. Hello! The point is fair treatment all around. Now, speaking of, this is where we get to this. I should pull up Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku right here. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with these guys. I almost could see them not even easing this guys at all. Right? Like, I wouldn't even be shocked if these guys got removed from banners or something like that. So the issue, I believe, with these guys is there's a formula for how characters stats EZA, right? It's like, I think it's how much, like, the stats kind of, like, level up. Yeah, so see, like, the difference right here? So, like, look at the base stats. This is the JP version. Look at the base stats right there. You see those? Now, if we go over to Global and we look at the base stats right there. So, because of the way that works, these two characters, when they EZA on Global, this is going to be the Global issue, these two are going to have way less stats than their counterparts that are on GP, right? Like the Int Pikkon, for some reason, these guys are different typings on Global. Like, why do they do shit like this? This has always been idiotic, dumb. But the JP ones, the way their stat spread is normal, so they're going to get monstrous returns in their stats from their EZAs. But this is not going to happen on Global, which is stupid. Again, both characters should be exactly the same. I would really love it if when they did the EZAs, I mean, Super EZA for this guy, and then just regular EZAs for these characters, they need to just change them to make them uniform on both versions. At the end of the day, that's the thing. Everything needs to be the same on both versions. Now, with the Battlefield currency too, I do feel like at a certain point, there was always going to be issues with the sync. Like, so, like, if they combo, like, a bunch of characters onto, like, one banner, like, players are going to have less overall stones to summon on some of these characters and stuff like that. There are going to be some of those issues like that. I do think they easily could have just rectified this by giving, I don't know, like, a static amount of Battlefield currency or something like that to Global players. Like, I don't think it's, like, that's not, like, out of bounds. Like, they could have done that to kind of make up. Because if you guys are not aware, I've mentioned this a couple times before, what they've done is in order to catch up Battlefield, they've kind of done a process of skipping a Battlefield. So like if we go to the wiki and we go, I might just pause to pull this up. Where is, there it is right there. Yeah. Okay, exactly. So global, wait, is this current? Like, is this 63rd one the one that's metal cooler? I'm not sure. But the point is that global, what they did was they started kind of like cutting. So for every one Battlefield JP had, global basically skipped one to went to the next one. So as it is right now, global is behind 2 Battlefields. One is the special anniversary one, which will happen during anniversary. The other is the one JP got yesterday with the tech metal cooler boss at the end that was buffed. Those are so it's like global is 2 Battlefields behind in terms of that. So I do feel like that mostly covers it. We could look at a bunch of the comments. People were very mad at this. I don't mind putting people's comments on display right here so they could get their frustrations off. I don't have a problem with this. I mean, I do think Bobbity and DeBoer, some of those characters are pretty good. So I don't know that it's like who cares? I get it, but again, it's not like people are not looking at this from like a fair perspective, right? It's just like most people from what I'm seeing seem to not want fair treatment. They want better treatment, like better than the other version, when what we should be wanting is just fair on both sides. Dave pointing out people are mad. Yes, that's not really nothing. Oh my God. This is something we do gotta, yeah, bro. So, you guys know here, I'm actually, I didn't jump back into a link level event quite yet. Right here, look at this, dude. If you're a global player, you could just open up your account and you know exactly what I'm talking about. For some reason, they took commas away right here. Make it make sense. What the hell? Global has commas. And again, I just can't help but just point out, do you want me to pull up one of my tweets where I said, oh, that's unfair, global has commas, and everyone is like, ha ha ha, we got commas. Like, again, like people don't look at this from a fair perspective. It's we want to get treated better so we can laugh about it. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, caught y'all. I got y'all red fucking handed. That's what that is. People are mad at this tweet because I got y'all. And you're pissed about it. All right, let's again, I want to get people's thoughts and stuff like that up here clearly. Difference at power level doesn't affect you, and not being able to get certain units easy is because of currency issues does affect people. The point Alexander is making, obviously, is that like what I'm referring to at box space is like it's me and like 3 other JP players or something like that, right? Whereas like the Battlefield currency would affect the player base at large, right, is the point, which is fair. But again, then we start going down the slope of, okay, but what about all the global exclusive tickets and discounts, right? Like we could go through all these global W's and, you know, JPLs and JPWs and global L's, which again was the original point of my tweets. I mean, this was made at 256, this was made at 254. Like these were next to each other, bam, bam. That's a point that people missed. Like people didn't even... Does this... Wait. Okay, so this has 8K views. I'm curious. Yeah, okay. God damn it. I guess what I've been doing is I've been avoiding... Because when you make a tweet, you could do it where it's like super run-on long and stuff like that. But I don't know. I've been avoiding that because it feels like people don't really... Like as soon as someone... Okay, so like you see like a big wall of text on a tweet on Twitter, and then you could click the button that says show more. I get the feeling that most people will see the show more, and then they go, I'm not reading that. So that's why I did like multiple tweets back to back instead. But it caused people to miss kind of like the big major point right there, which is this. We should be wanting fair treatment, not better spots on either version. What did Alex keep saying? Let's keep looking at this. Probably should have led with that. Even still, JP isn't having those tickets and discounts actively taken away. Okay, hold on. Time out. I mean... But wait a minute. Global, is it getting stuff actively taken away? It's currency global didn't get. And then on top of that, there was a ton of other instances where global did get a lot of extra Battlefield currency. Some of it was paid, yeah, but a lot of the second anniversary stuff was not. Like, it's like you use stones. Like, people were summoning for Super Saiyan 4 Goku and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. Like, it's not like... okay, like you're able to summon and get this battlefield currency if you summon on the future category banner or some stupid shit like that. So there's that. Okay, so yeah, it's not a global exclusive problem again. This is why I showed that even I. Oh, actually, you know what? Hold on, let me go back in. I still haven't gotten into a link level event. Let me just show. Let's go Boo Saga, Pure Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2. There we go. So here we go. These boys right here, again, I never got a chance to rainbow these guys ever. I've never had a chance to rainbow them. Like, I've done every single Battlefield 2.0 that's on, and that's a huge complaint. I saw multiple players. Let me pull those tweets up. I saw one from Russia and then one from Ningen, I believe. Let me pull those up. Let's look at those. Yeah, all right, cool. Here we go. I found some of the tweets I saw. All right, so let's see. So Brother Russia is a global whale and a JP whale, as far as I'm aware right here. All right, so let's take a look. So I've never missed a battlefield on global. I've never missed a battlefield on JP. I've not bought any extra units or anything special. Have all the units rainbowed and easy on both versions. Both versions. That's what I don't understand. Again, I've done every battlefield, and I'm not even really super close to being able to have every character rainbowed. Again, I have the Super Saiyan 2 Goku, the Majin Vegeta, the Krillin, and the Android 18. And then, of course, then there's also still the extra copy of GT Frieza and Cell that I don't have. Now we're being cucked out of Battlefield memories. I can't purchase all the easy medals and the extra copy of the new LR, whereas this is how much extra I have on GP. Fix this, Dokkan, compensate us for the missing memories we don't have. So again, I mean, I've talked about it in this point. It is a problem with when I pause for too long, is I lose track of things I've already said during the video. But global, the way their system has gone to you know, kind of like sync up battlefields is like, you know, JP will get one and then global will skip one and then move ahead one. So like for the last several months, every battlefield JP gets, global essentially moves up 2 battlefields in order to catch up. So there definitely is a loss of currency right there. But again, it's not like only global players can't have all the characters, right? Because, I mean, I don't. And I've never missed the Battlefield 2.0 ever. I've never missed one. Then we have a tweet from Ningen as well. Ningen obviously is a whale. Ningen, I mean, he's not going to try and deny whale claims, buddy. You're not doing that. First example of the Battlefield problem on global. I've done every Battlefield since its release. Every weekly mission. I have not frivolously wasted points on UR cards. UR cards. So he's talking about Super Saiyan 2 Goku, Majin Vegeta, Android 18, and Krillin. Okay, well, I mean, that's fair. I mean, if Ningen is going to point out that he's not even talking about them, then, I mean, I am caught up, besides the GT Cell and Frieza that I haven't bought yet, which the reason I haven't bought is it's right about how much currency I have, and I'm nervous that I buy that, and then, all right, we're easying. Who would be the next one to easy A? Oh my god, the Legion of Shadow Dragon. They're the next one that's going to easy A. Oh my god, GT bosses buff. Bro, I literally just dropped that nightmare video earlier, man. I got to look at the comments, because in there I did say, like, if you guys want to see me try Omega off of GT, like, losers, then I will. Because I made sure to put in the title, LR Omega Shenron and GT bosses. Yeah, let's make a character who needs to be on a GT bosses. We're so smart. So freaking smart. Yeah, anyway. Okay, so he hasn't have not frivolously wasted points on UR cards, Kais, orbs, etc. And I cannot easy A Babidi and Deborah. Global needs more currency. Yeah, again, but I would just say overall that this is an issue where both versions do need more currency, right? Especially if you're someone that's like re-rolled at all or came in, you know, 5th anniversary. Well, okay, when did Battlefield start? Battlefield started, I believe it was when I was watching Hunter x Hunter for the first time. So I think that was when Physical Future Gohan came out. So that must have been about May of 2018. That is when Battlefield 2.0 was first a thing. Because I remember leading up to that too, like before, like, original Battlefield's not going to be a thing. I was very eager to jump into original Battlefield, which is like a differently structured design mode. But Dokkan never brought it back, unfortunately. Cannot easy a Babidi and Deborah, yeah. I'm just curious what people are going to say right here. Let's just see. Straight up not buy for units like Oob or GT Cell and Frieza. Okay, I mean, a lot of them aren't the craziest, sure. Toon made a post? Here, let me pull up Toon's post as well. All right, let's take a look. Let's read all these. I would like to get everyone's... I'd like to get everyone's complaints on video on my channel Probably for a reason, if you catch my drift. Dokkan, accelerating globals clashes. Makes sense. But they should have given more battlefield memory so that we could afford all of the new units showing up at a much faster rate. This is the first time my currency has ever been this low since I started playing. And Mr. Rami has 400,000. Okay. But, oh, this is interesting. Yeah, so look at this. So, Toon is behind multiple copies of LR Hachiak, multiple copies of the LR Shadow Dragons. Yeah, okay. So certainly I could see where Toon is quite behind in a lot of these major characters right there. Toon did tell me he started when LR Goku and Frieza came out, so Battlefield, so he would have missed several of the original Dokkan Battlefield 2.0s. And the other thing, too, about Dokkan Battlefield 2.0 is it is very, very, very difficult for newer players because you need such a massive roster of characters to go through the 50 fights, right? Kingdom Hearts 4 isn't... I mean, this is probably going to get show in the next couple of weeks. It's like, you know, E3 type season, although E3 doesn't exist, yeah. All right, so there's Toon's tweet. We also have Living Ichigo made a tweet. OG right here, Living Ichigo. Wait, I'm going to jump back into a link level event, by the way. These battlefield skips kind of suck since I didn't increase the amount of resources we could get, so we're caught up. I've done every battlefield since release and gotten every resource, and I've been a day one player with the bonus. Oh, of course, yeah, Ichigo would have been one of these players who went crazy during the second anniversary for LR Gohan. Wait a minute, let me just take a look at this. Okay, I mean, sure, well... How much? I can't remember exactly how much it is to be able to EZA them. What is it? It's 15,000 times 45. So it's 675. Yeah. So Ichigo is multiple battlefields away from being able to EZA Bobby and Deborah. Okay, I see. Sure. So this is even with Living Ichigo would have been one of the players that probably benefited the most from all the additional battlefield currency, from being able to save the battlefield currency from having to buy the battlefield awakening medals, right? So been a day one player with the bonus of the second anniversary banner that gave us battlefield medals, who summoned a lot like myself. Even with all that, I can't even purchase the EZA medals for Babidi and Deborah. Can't buy a dupe of the LR GT Cell and Frieza unit, the Hell Cell and Frieza unit. Many of these battlefield skips have had gold players miss out on over 1 million battlefield currency. Is it that much? It might... I don't know if it's 1 million. It might be very sizable, though. I mean, Global had to have skipped a good 5 or so. Maybe 5 or 6. Yeah, probably it might be approaching 1 million actually. Huh? Damn. Yeah, I mean that is a lot. That's a lot. That is a lot. I only have 300k after completing the new Battlefield SMH. Okay. So we looked through a lot of these people. He got me. He got. Hey, you got me. I think we got to give him a special bonus. That's how we do it around here. All we do is we go, "You got me." I love that gif right there. Walter the goat. All right, let's see. With the difficult... Oh, no, I don't believe they did, Azu. I don't believe they did increase the amount of currency with the new bosses, the battlefield bosses. I don't believe that they did. Okay, so let's see. Okay, Zahol just wasn't aware of the discrepancy between box space between Global and JP, battlefield currency. Yeah, again, there's so many different examples of whatchamacallit. Like the differences between versions in tickets, character differences, battlefield stuff. Although, I mean, we could certainly file away the battlefield stuff. People are going to talk about the less battlefield currency in like 5 years, right? As like a victim of the global sync and stuff like that. Yeah, Runo is a Japanese player that has, I think he has the highest power level right now. Actually, we could double check. I definitely slowed down a lot after I started grinding the Whis event. We're looking for power level leaderboard. Let's see. Yeah, Runo is about 1 million in front of me right now. Okay. Yeah, Runo is slowed down because he ran out of box space. So Runo hasn't been able to continue because he's out of box space. So pretty soon, I mean, top of the power level leaderboard, it's just going to be global players. because global players have hundreds and hundreds. Here, that's Ningen's tweet. Let's get rid of that. We read Ichigo's tweet. We read Toon's tweet, and then we got the Brother Russia tweet as well. We read all those. Okay. Ego, bro. Dude, people... bro, I swear. The amount of people who bring up ego, I don't... Dude, it's so crazy. I feel like people actually know me. There's no way they'd say I have an ego. Although, I do say that, and I did just bring up this point to Diddy, right? I said that. Like, bro, Diddy, like, you know me. Like, bro, I don't have an ego. And do you guys want to know what Diddy did? He laughed. He laughed. And then Diddy compared me to Tectone. I don't know much about Tectone, but that's what Diddy did. Diddy said, you're just like Tectone. I said, okay. I got to do my research on Tectone. I've seen people mad at him, though. People are mad at me every second, dude. Jesus. Like, it's like, I talk about Metal Cooler yesterday with these videos, and people are like, you are the biggest idiot in the world for dying to Metal Cooler. It's like, bro, it's fucking RNG, man. Like, we go back to this. The first run, Metal Cooler dodges Yamcha's super. Yamcha supers the bitch right here, and we could have stunned him. GG! Stun. Oh, he dodged it. We could get another additional super, but it was a normal, and he dodged it. And then ding, ding, ding! Time for my 70th super of the turn. It's over, right? Like, yeah. So anyway, yeah, people were mad at me about that too. Bro, this is why, like, I want to try and stay open-minded to people, like, disagreeing with me or saying, like, oh my god, no. That's why, like, I'm scrolling through the comments. I want people to be able to get their thoughts heard. Right? But, I mean, I see so much nonsense that sometimes it does get a little hard to kind of, like, take some of the stuff seriously. Yeah, the sync, bro, I don't know. The sync is going to be one of the best things they've ever done, but they haven't handled it to this point like it's going to be one of the best things they've ever done, which is so freaking stupid. Yeah, both versions should have always had equal treatment. Yeah, I did bring this up in one of the hot takes, right? Box space is at the front of my mind. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I love Dr. Pritch. Let's see what Dr. Pritch says. I understand you wish that both versions are exactly the same. Me too. But they aren't the same. Never have been. Likely never will be due to gacha laws and such. Well, I don't. Again, I'm not sure why Global hasn't gotten or why only Global's gotten this peel off trove stuff. As far as I'm aware, that is not against any laws or anything like that. Like, people bring up a lot of, like, laws and, like, blah, blah, blah. Like, there's rules and false advertising. Like, people bring up false advertising all the time. But as far as I'm aware, the only gacha game rule is they cannot drop 2 characters on a banner. Like, okay, so the fusion mechanic, right? They can't drop, like, int Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta and Tech Super Saiyan 4 Goku that fuse into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but you need those 2 specific units. By law, they cannot do that. What Dokkan has done to kind of get around, like some things in passives, is Dokkan, if there's a character that needs something, like someone had replied to me in here with a run of, you know, beating Kid Buu with AGL Pycon on the team. Like, AGL Pycon, like, his passive, his unit super attack, he wants, what is it, Angel Vegeta or Angel Goku, right? Pycon right here. So it's Angel Goku or Angel Vegeta. But there's multiple free-to-play Angel Goku and Angel Vegetas. So it's like, by law, they could not drop... Let me use an example where there isn't, like, a character. They can't drop LR, UI Goku, and Ultra Ego Vegeta. That, like, in order to have the unit, you have to have the new summonable UI Goku and Ultra Ego to combine them to get that one. Like they don't... By law, they can't do that. You chose to play the JP version knowing there are differences back then and choices have consequences. Yes. But, I mean, Dr. Pritch, that does go both ways. Like, what we're talking about here is global players very upset about the battlefield currency, right? Like, I guess the one thing about battlefield or box space where I'm really, like, want to push it to them is they stop me from summoning because I hit capacity on box space, which I think is ridiculous. That is such a problem with the game that they actually stop you from summoning. But yes, I chose to play JP, and I do not regret it. I would not be here if I didn't choose to play JP. But again, this does go in reverse too. It's like global players chose to play global, right? At this point, I think it's very fair and valid that, like, if you've stuck with the account for years and years and years, like, that's your account now, right? Like a global, like Dr. Pritch is a huge, like, long-time global player. He couldn't just abandon his global account at this point and swap to JP. Couldn't happen. Ningen and Toonrami, no chance they could just drop their account and swap at this point. And that goes for me, too. At this point, there's no way I could just drop my account and swap. A while ago, like, back the second anniversary time, like, yeah, but not now. Yeah, value of the two the same. But again, the main point, overarching point, was the fact that there's the differences on both versions. I don't agree with this. The point is to remember, it is a collection game. Like, people are going to want to get these characters. I think that's big. I'm not really following football too much. I did see people talking about this, but, haven't really seen much of it. Oh, D. Simmons here. Okay. This is much more different. If they update the shop like they need to give some Battlefield currency, or at least on global now will come the anniversary. We'll download celebration specials. Hope it's on another update of the shop in August. Oh, yeah, I do think that we're probably gonna see, like, new characters in there soon. Like, they can't help themselves. They spam characters in there. They cannot help themselves. They really can't. No. People, like, it's, no. I think if you're, like, a global player or something like that, like, yeah, dude, just summon on the 9th anniversary or worldwide or whatever. Like, you don't have to, like, keep going. I think we're pretty much good here. Was able to beat Metal Cooler. Let's see the team. Just straight up super tech. Okay. Orange Piccolo. Yeah, Vegito Blue, pretty good. Vegito Blue was able to clutch out my one of my runs against Metal Cooler yesterday, against the Tech Metal Cooler. Gohan and Goten. This is a team that this is kind of, some of these characters are iffy, so this is definitely an impressive run you got right here. I'm sure Carnival Goku's Revive came in handy. Bizarre baiting heart. Yeah, no, not really. Okay, no correlation. Sure, there is a major correlation though. The point again is the fucking differences between the games. God damn it, that's the point. Yeah. And here's the thing with Battlefield, right? It's like you need 100+ characters. And then, like, okay, like, so you get to, like, Metal Cooler, who, like, unless you're using Superhero, or you have, like, I don't know, a character that will just, like, passively stun him before he could even attack, you spend, like, 30 minutes and, like, 90 characters to get to a boss who just, like, can just dodge everything, dodge debuffs, and then super you 7 times per turn, right? And then it feels very bad when it's like, he dodges my stun, he dodged my second stun, and then he supered me, and then he supered me, and then he supered me. Then my next character attacks, and then he supered me, and I lost. And now I got to spend 35 minutes getting back there. Like, yeah, that's going to feel bad. I definitely understand a lot of players' frustrations with Battlefield at points. I feel like we kind of covered most of it. Rare Truth L, because I think most people aren't really comparing it to JP. It's just a problem that people want fixed. Okay, fair. I mean, I guess what they could do is they could just give some Battlefield currency. I mean, it would be a W for players that either don't do Battlefield or wouldn't be able to beat the whole thing. But giving just like a fixed amount, I mean, not really a big deal. Again, at the end of the day, what we want is equal treatment on both versions. Yeah, yep, exactly. A lot of people just want to have them, all right. Anything else here? Like, no, I mean, I get it, but, going for the high power level, only relevant for maybe top 5 of JP version power level players. I mean, yeah, that second point is true, but again, it's, I mean, maybe it's a bad wording for me that I didn't include it in the original tweet, but I mean, we could start getting into like the global tickets and stuff like that. The point is that there's differences in their versions. Do I feel cheated that you're over 2 to 3 million power level doesn't allow you to play with certain units in their easy A's? Yeah, but I mean, Kelvin, it's only going to be for a short amount of time. Like, it's not like we're not talking like global is missing out on this shit forever, man. Like it's all this shit is still coming. Like there's still more battlefields coming and more points and stuff like that. Hold up. All right, here we go. Yeah, but okay, here's the thing. You being not able to get the highest power level doesn't mean that global should be short on battlefield currency. I agree. I should be able to get the highest power level. Global should have gotten the same amount of battlefield currency. But unfortunately, that's not what happened, right? Again, global W's and L's, JP W's and L's. Like this shit is not new. Yeah, they really should for sure. All right, that's it. I mean, I feel like we did go through a lot of people. I wanted to get a lot of people's voices heard here. Hopefully, I think the biggest issue is just I really hope that this sync doesn't have too many more rough corners, and I really suspect it's going to. I feel like this is going to end up being the summer of frustration. Like JP in like 27 days is going to drop like LR Blue Gogeta or LR UI Goku or LR Blue Kaioken Goku or LR Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. And then global players are going to say, okay, that's cool, but where the fuck is this unit coming out for us? And then we're going to, hit the sync and, they're going to say, congratulations, global players, the game is now synced. And then global players are going to say, where's the Tanabata LR at? He's not here. Like, I have a big fear that that's going to happen. So, buckle in, kids. Going to be a lot of community reactions coming. Going to be a lot of anger coming. Because I, at this point, am fully anticipating shenanigans, and more global shenanigans coming.